the United States has long been a strong advocate for human rights and justice around the world. So when South Africa made the bold move to take its case to the International Court of Justice, ICJ, against the U.S., it sent shockwaves throughout the international community. The case, which South Africa brought before the ICJ, focuses on the use of drones for targeted killings by the U.S. in various countries around the globe. The case alleges that these drone strikes have resulted in numerous civilian casualties and violate international law. South Africa argues that the U.S. has overstepped its boundaries and should be held accountable for its actions. This case has put the U.S. in a difficult position, as it has always defended its use of drones as necessary for national security and in the fight against terrorism. However, if the ICJ rules in favor of South Africa, it could have major implications for the U.S. government's use of drones in the future. In response to the case, the U.S. has announced plans to punish South Africa for what it sees as an attack on its sovereignty. The U.S. has threatened to impose economic sanctions on South Africa and limit diplomatic relations if the case continues. This move has been met with criticism from human rights organizations and other countries who see it as an attempt to intimidate and silence South Africa. Many are also questioning the legality of the U.S.'s response, as punishing a country for taking a case to the ICJ goes against the principles of the International Court. Additionally, the U.S.'s use of drones itself has been a topic of controversy and has faced criticism from human rights groups for causing civilian casualties. However, the U.S. seems determined to defend its use of drones and is not backing down in the face of this legal challenge. The U.S. State Department has released a statement saying, "We stand by our actions and will take any necessary steps to protect our national security interests." While the U.S. may see this as a necessary measure to protect its sovereignty, it has drawn criticism from many who see it as bullying tactics. South Africa, on the other hand, has remained resolute in its pursuit of justice and has vowed to continue with the case despite the consequences. This case has brought to light the complex issue of drone warfare and the need for greater accountability and transparency in its use. The U.S. government's response to South Africa's ICJ case raises questions about its commitment to human rights and international law. It also highlights the power dynamics between larger, more influential countries and smaller, less powerful ones. South Africa's decision to bring this case to the ICJ shows its determination to stand up for what it believes is right, despite potential backlash from the U.S. In the end, the outcome of this case will have far-reaching implications not just for the U.S. and South Africa, but for the international community as a whole. It is a reminder that the pursuit of justice and accountability knows no boundaries, and that every country, big or small, has the right to seek justice through international legal channels.